Hi everyone. Welcome to your monthly mission in All Access. This monthly mission is our year-end review. Now, a year-end review for what we're talking about today is really a little more personal. This is about how you felt the company did, how you felt like you did, how you felt like projects did. This is an opportunity to just take a moment and reflect. Now, those of you that know me well know I say God faces you forward for a reason. There are very few times that I like to look back. Even as an accountant, there's very few times I like to look back. I really believe that facing forward and moving forward is the way to go. However, in December, it is a good time for reflection. This one time you can say, let's think about this year in review. Let's think about what happened during this year and figure out what small, very small changes we want to make for this coming year so that we can have the best year ever. This is about making sure that our business, us personally, our teams are all moving forward. Just taking a few minutes. I'm not going to make you do this a long time. I'm telling you, you can do this in 10 minutes, and you don't have to make a big deal out of it, but take the 10 minutes, do the reflection, and come up with what you would want to change. Now, there's another part of this. The next class in All Access is going to talk about how you can use the template and how you could use it as part of a team building exercise. But what I'm doing right now is just talking about the major components of the template, the simplicity of it, and why we've used this method to move forward. Okay, so you'll see that there are 3 sections in the template. We have, and you can download it right now, you can wait until the next one, either one, but we have what went right, what went wrong, and the changes that you're going to make. That's it. And just a box for you to start typing and fill in. Whenever we talk about what went right, I like to have you do 3 things, and they all begin with P, so it's so easy to remember. We want to think about what projects went really well for us this year, what processes worked, and what people were rock stars. Now let's talk about projects real quick. Projects could be projects that went really well with profit, another P, or it could be a project that went really well operationally. It could be a project that just seemed like it just flowed and we were in our element. Maybe it's even a type of job. Whenever we move into people, you can think about relationships, not just internally but externally. Customers, employees, team members, vendors, subs. Think about all the people in your life. It may even be personal. Maybe your spouse that really came through for you and was right this year. But think about what went right with the relationships and the people in your life. And third, processes. Probably the hardest and the hardest category. Processes are the things that you've put in place for a system that work. It could be on a project, but it could be in the office. It could be a process that you've established to cut the checks each week, and it works. So you don't want to change that. Write down the processes that have worked for you this year. Okay, now let's move into the easy category. Wrong. This one is really fast. The reason why it's so fast is because our brain actually stores bad things, painful things, even sometimes scary or rejection, all in a different section of our brain. The reason why it's there is because, well, the good Lord above was trying to protect us. You can remember a time that you got hurt, and you can usually remember the details. That's because your brain went, ooh, we need to save this for later. We don't ever want to do this again. You can have something painful in your business get stored in this same area of your brain, and your brain can access it quickly. It can access it quickly so it keeps you safe. This wrong category is the easiest one to fill out because your brain knows exactly what went wrong. Again, thinking about the people, processes, and projects, write down the top things that just sometimes make your stomach hurt a little bit. Sometimes they're just like, oh, that was annoying or aggravating. But most of the time, you'll remember them very, very quickly. It will be very fast to jot down what you did not like about this year. You don't have to do a whole lot more than that because it's going to come to you so quickly. Now for our change category. In our change category, I like to think about the things that I would add, I would change, or I would delete or subtract or remove. The problem with all of this is the easiest one is probably add. You think, oh man, I'm going to add all these things into my life. But the truth of the matter is you probably need to start with what you'd subtract. What are the things that you would like to not bring into 2020? What are the people, processes, and projects you would say, those they can stay in 2019? Think about the things that you've done that worked really well for you and make sure that they stay. Think about the things that didn't work so well for you and make sure that you get rid of them. This one section on change really sets you up for a successful next year. And that's what we're about here. We want this to be the best year ever. We always want to be improving and increasing profit and making things better. So spend just a few minutes on this and we know that it'll pay dividends. Okay, I'll join you in the next lesson where we talk about how we can use this as a team building activity. Talk to you soon.